Call 219 here. We have an unboxing. This is imported from GForce Arms in Reno, Nevada. Hopefully you can see that. GForce Arms from Reno, Nevada. Turkish guns are around, folks. It just is what it is. Hopefully you can see that, manufactured in Turkey. This is the model GKX-512 gauge. Over and under, 3-inch chamber by Dora Sala Sanaya or something like that. Again, I'm not fluent in Turkish or know a whole lot about over and unders. And no, I'm not turning into a FUD. But I had to put the old Stevens 320 out to pasture, folks. It was heavy, awkward, and, you know, it served years of purpose. There's a tad bit of rust on that gun. Took it turkey hunting, deer hunting all these years. So I've got my use out of that gun. And I ain't getting no younger. So I figured to go the over and under route. Alright, over and under, just like Elmer Fudd. So recently I sold that Stevens and another gun, and I bought this one. I got this at the local for about $419, which isn't bad for an over and under. I got one at work that's a Weatherby, and it's $1,000. It's a lot better than this gun, but nor here nor there. I can't afford a $1,000 gun right now. So this one, it looks good. You have the little pheasant on there, and that's what I just did. I just got done pheasant hunting. It's got the pheasants on both sides for people that don't quite understand firearms. The concept of this is an over barrel and an under barrel. And here are the controls for it. As you can see, I close this bad boy up here. So you have the under, and then you have the over. As you see the O there, it's got a little bit of grease on there. So there's the over and under, and there's the safety there. When you flip it over, you take the safety off, you pull the trigger, and it goes boom. This is the lever to open the gun right here. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty unique. It's pretty simple. It's nothing too dramatic. I had to be taught how to, you know, use a little bit of the controls. I wasn't quite familiar with it. Again, this isn't a semi-auto or some kind of, pump shotgun. You get 2 shots. That's all you get. It has an extractor, not an ejector. So when you open it up after 2 shots, it kind of pops up the rim of the case there, and you pull it out. You extract those, and you put the 2 new shots in there. Trust me, shot a lot this weekend, missed a lot. So I got to know that procedure quite well. It's got some diamond checkering right there. Again, when you're buying shotguns, when you're buying a handgun, when you're buying any kind of gun out of a gun store, you should really check it over. And as you can see here, it has this bead sight. This bead sight, you line it up with this nice fiber optic that they put on there, as you can see there, and then you take your shot. What we noticed when I first got this gun and we were shooting clay pigeons because we were going to go bird hunting is this little bead sight here that you see was kind of cocked to the right side. We pushed it over with a pair of pliers and had to be real gentle with it. There's not much there to work with, and kind of put it back in line with the fiber optic. Again, when you're buying budget guns or something like that, even the expensive guns, really look the gun over and make sure it's pristine. Me, I guess it was the fuddish in me. You know, you get excited. It's a new gun. Something that you're going to experience for the first time. Again, this isn't a semi-auto. This isn't a pump. This is a whole different design. But it still has the same common function, which is shooting shotgun rounds. So, it is what it is. It's got a rib barrel, front barrel right there. Again, it's not an ugly looking gun. It's got some pretty nice wood on it. It's got some nice checkering here and on the fore end here. You take it down by removing that, and it comes apart. What I did notice about it, even when I was hunting the other day, is it's kind of stiff when you break it open. So you got to give it a good tug on the front of the end and kind of pop it open there to extract the rounds and throw them out of there and get back to work. So I did notice that. It's got a rubberized pad here for recoil. Again, you only got 2 shots. This is chambered in 12 gauge, and I did shoot 3-inch shells out of this thing, and it put a little bit of a pounding on my shoulder. Not as bad, but I still felt it the next day. It does come with a box of chokes that you can get with it that will drive the fuds crazy. You get some modifieds in there, some full chokes. It didn't come with much of anything, but the manual and the lock and the thing of chokes. That's all you got with it. But I mean, it serves its purpose. This is what I need it for. I'm shooting birds. I'm getting into it. I'm starting to enjoy this kind of experience. So I took a chance on this. There's a couple other over and unders I was looking at. I wasn't quite sure. One of them was a 20 gauge, and they did have a 410, which is odd. Because we haven't seen a whole lot of 410 guns around here, let alone the ammunition, which is almost non-existent. But that was in there too, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a 12 anyway. You know, if I'm gonna get rid of a 12, I'm replacing it with a 12. That's just how I felt. And plus, bird hunting, I wanted something that's not gonna let me down. 12 gauge has never let me down in the past. But using 410 for birds, I'm not into that. So, you know, this is kind of the recommendations I got from input from fellow hunters and other people that I hunt with. You know, buy the 12 over and under, and you should be satisfied. You should have some luck. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way if you go look at that other video. But nonetheless, I have no malfunctions with this gun. Nothing bad about it. It works. This little lever, you push it over, and again, you got to kind of pull on that front end and you know, pop it open. But it's pretty simple to operate once you get to know these controls down here, which barrel you want to shoot first and which kind of choke you want to put in there. I did notice that talking to my neighbor. He's telling me kind of, especially for bird hunting, that you want to put some different chokes in there to give you a better chance of taking birds. So that was pretty interesting. I mean, again, I don't mess with over and unders. Shotguns aren't really a huge of my specialty, but this gun, it looks good. It functioned well. I took it out there. It was really, really easy to tote around, more manageable than just whipping that old Stevens around and trying to maneuver that thing for just the handful of years that I had that gun. So GForce arms, they're importing trigger stuff. It's around. A lot of people are doing it. You could find a good deal. So you got to keep on looking. Give it a try. So far, the jury's out on this one. I'm not going to recommend this gun until I put a lot more rounds through it. This is something, if I go out in the backyard here, I'm definitely going to take this gun out there and really get used to it, really get used to the functionalities. Because I will tell you, when I was bird hunting, when you pull that off and you have that S there, that means it's on safety. So when the bird came up and then you pull the trigger, there's no action there. So always remember to push that up and take that off safety. So again, there's some things you got to kind of learn about it. You know, in retrospect, new things bring on new learning curves and things like that. But I'm pretty much getting the hang of this. So I'm pretty sure my viewers and people that come across this video will get a hold of it pretty well and easy. Just remember, you only get 2 shots. We got to sit in that FUD realm of 2 shots. And if you miss, what I've learned here recently, you miss with 2 shots, guess what? Your chances are pretty much over. So it's worked. Again, I'll let you guys know the more and more I shoot it. if I come into any problems or if I don't have any problems at all. But that's what I got for the old Stevens 320, is I bought an over and under shotgun. I'd like to thank my old and my new subscribers and just the people that zip through. I greatly do appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do that for everybody you watch on the internets or social media, just not me. And like always, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.